Welcome to Lesson 13 of Module 1. The objective for this lesson is to divide decimals by single-digit whole numbers involving easily identifiable multiples using place value understanding and relate to a written method. So we're going to be using our unit form a lot more so that we can mentally understand exactly what we're doing. So let's see what we're going to do. In question 1, they've already done 1A and 1C, so we're going to go over those questions real quick. So starting off, it says complete the sentence with the correct number of units and then complete the equation. So if I look at this, it's saying that 3 groups of something tenths equals 1 5/10. Now I like to think of this as 15 tenths, because that makes it a lot easier, because 3 groups of 5 tenths equals 15 tenths. So we know 15 tenths is written 1 5/10. So if we know that, if we know 3 times 5/10 equals 1 5/10, we know that 1 5/10 divided by 3 equals 5/10. So we can use our fact family. Let's go down to C. 5 groups of 9 thousandths. So I like 5 times 9 thousandths equals 45 thousandths. Now if we put that in standard form, that's 5 times 9 thousandths. That means the 9 is going to go in a thousandths position, equals 45 thousandths. Now we can see that if we know 5 times 9 thousandths equals 45 thousandths, 45 thousandths divided by 9 has to equal 9 thousandths. Okay. This question says complete the number sentence. Express the quotient in units and then in standard form. So in A up here, you can see they have 9 3600ths divided by 3. And what they've done basically, and I'm going to put some parentheses here, doing 9 divided by 3, and then they have the 3600ths divided by 3. So they're just using what's called the distributive property in order to make it easier. So we can see 9 ones divided by 3 gives us 3 ones. 36 divided by hundredths divided by 3 gives us 12 hundredths. So we have 3 ones and 12 hundredths. That gives us 3 12 hundredths. Come down below here on C, it says 3 55 hundredths divided by 5. So it says over here tenths divided by 5. So I know I've got here, if I read tenths, I can go 35 tenths plus we have 5 hundredths. But you know they're doing a distributive property and they're dividing it. So I got 5 hundredths divided by 5 on this end. So 35 divided by 5 is going to give us 7 tenths plus 5 hundredths divided by 5 is going to give us 1 hundredth. So when I write it in standard form, I'm going to have 7 tenths. And on question 3, it says find the quotients. Then use words, numbers, pictures to describe any relationships you notice between the 2 pairs of quotients. Okay, and we're going to go down to B here. And it says 48 divided by 8. Well, 48 divided by 8, we know is 6. Because the way I do it, I know 6 times 8 is 48. Now let's come over here. I have 48 hundredths, 48 thousandths divided by 8 equals here. If I write it in unit form, I know this is 48 thousandths divided by 8. And I know this would be 6 thousandths. And I can double check myself because I know 6 thousandths times 8 would equal 48 thousandths. And written in standard form, we know this 48 thousandths, and this is 6 thousandths. Now, if you notice again, 48 divided by 8 equals 6. 48 thousandths divided by 8 equals 6 thousandths. We're right back just like on the last lesson, where even though when we were multiplying, when we multiplied digits with different decimal place values, we still had the same digits in our answers. So in this case, it's the same thing. We have 48, we have 48 divided by 8 here. We have 48,000 divided by 8 here, and we still have a 6 in our quotient. It's just determined where our decimal place is. That is the difference between the two. Okay, the next question is going to give us a question about reasonable. Is it reasonable? Well, to me, I like using my inverse operation to verify it's reasonable, because it says 54 hundredths divided by 6 equals 9. Well, if that is true, then I know 9 times 6 equals 54 hundredths. Well, I know 9 times 6 actually equals 54, not 54 hundredths. So it is not equal. Okay, so A is not reasonable. All right, question 5. A toy airplane costs $4.84. It costs 4 times as much as the toy car. What is the cost of the car? Now you can say it says 4 times as much. So if you drew a tape diagram just to try to understand what they're saying, it says a toy airplane costs $4.84. It costs 4 times as much as a toy car. So I know that this here total, that would be the cost of airplane, which I know is $4.84. Now it says that a toy car, that the airplane costs 4 times as much. So I know this is one car. So I can see that $4.84 divided by 4 would give me the cost of one car. Now what they've done here is they've used distributive property, and they're breaking it out. I have 4 ones divided by our divisor, which is 4, and I'm going to put parentheses around that, plus the next place value is 8 tenths divided by 4, put parentheses around that, and last we have 4 hundredths. 4 hundredths divided by 4. So we're just basically dividing by place value. So now I know 4 ones divided by 4 gives me 1 1. 8 tenths divided by 4 is going to be 2 tenths. And 4 hundredths divided by 4 will give me 1 hundredth. Now I have to add all those partial quotients up, and I would end, well, 1 1, 2 tenths, and 1 hundredths. So you can see here they put it down as $4.84 divided by 4 would equal $1.21. So the toy car costs $1.21.